HP was once seen as the Silicon Valley royalty. It was once bigger than Microsoft, a brand whose products powered offices, universities, research labs, even governments. And now, some people think of HP when their printer refuses to print. HP could have been among the 5 big techs today, but its mistakes in the past made it what it is today. HP started in 1939 in a small garage in Palo Alto, founded by 2 Stanford graduates, Bill Hewlett and David Packard. Their first products weren't consumer gadgets. They were electronic test instruments, the kind of equipment engineers used to build other technology. One of their earliest customers was Walt Disney Studios, which bought HP audio oscillators to help produce the movie Fantasia. Through the 1950s and 60s, HP became a leader in scientific instruments, building high-precision electronic testing and measurement equipment used by engineers and research labs. It later expanded into calculators, computing hardware, and enterprise systems. By the early 1980s and 1990s, HP printers became the gold standard in offices around the world. Their LaserJet line dominated corporate environments. Their PCs became staples in businesses and schools. Their servers powered the enterprise IT infrastructure. By the early 2000s, HP had expanded significantly and had become a household name. At its peak in 2011, HP generated roughly $127 billion in annual revenue, making it one of the largest technology companies in the world at the time.
Computers are supposed to make life easier. About 1 in 3 American households has bought that theory and purchased a PC.
By the late 1990s, personal computers and the internet were exploding, and competition was intensifying. And one company in particular that was becoming a serious threat to HP was Dell. Dell had mastered a direct-to-consumer model. It built PCs efficiently, customized them on demand, and kept costs aggressively low. Dell was optimizing for efficiency and scale, and HP's leadership felt the pressure. In 2001, under CEO Carly Fiorina, HP announced a bold move. It would merge with Compaq in a deal worth roughly $25 billion. The logic on paper seemed simple. HP would combine its strength with Compaq's position in the PC market. By becoming larger, the company hoped to compete directly with Dell and become the clear leader in personal computing. The belief was that scale would lead to success. On the surface, it looked like a success. HP became the largest PC manufacturer in the world at the time. Its revenue increased, and its market share also expanded. But beneath that surface, something fundamental shifted. Before the merger, HP had been known for category-defining products. After the merger, it increasingly became known for competing on scale. Cost-cutting became more aggressive. Integration challenges consumed management attention, and the focus shifted towards operational efficiency rather than breakthrough innovation. HP slowly changes its DNA. The Compaq merger didn't destroy it, but it nudged the company into a different strategic lane, one where size mattered more than distinctiveness. And once you enter that lane, your goal is to try to defend market share. After the Compaq merger, HP was bigger, but it wasn't clearer. In 2005, Carly Fiorina was forced out after mounting board pressure. The Compaq integration had been rocky, stock performance started to become underwhelming, and internally, morale wasn't exactly thriving. HP needed stability. Mark Hurd took over. Unlike Fiorina, he was highly operational and financially disciplined. He aggressively cut costs and focused on margins. Wall Street liked him. Under Hurd, HP's profitability improved and the stock improved. On paper, things looked disciplined again. In 2007, Apple launched the iPhone. Cloud computing was gaining momentum, and software ecosystems were becoming the real battleground. HP was still heavily dependent on hardware. And then, in 2010, another shock hit. Mark Hurd resigned abruptly following a scandal. Suddenly, the company was once again searching for direction. Leo Apotheker took over. Apotheker didn't come from a hardware background. He came from enterprise software, and his vision for HP was radically different. He believed HP needed to pivot hard into software and services, less reliance on low-margin PCs and focusing more on enterprise data, analytics, and higher-margin offerings. But here's the problem. HP didn't execute a smooth pivot. It lurched. In 2011, Apotheker announced something shocking. HP was considering spinning off its entire PC division. The company that had just bulked up through Compaq to dominate PCs was now thinking about abandoning the business altogether. Investors were stunned. And this is what strategic whiplash looks like. One CEO doubles down on scale, the next focuses on cost-cutting, the next wants to abandon the core business entirely. In less than a decade, HP shifted identities multiple times. HP was desperate to redefine itself. Its hardware margins were shrinking, the PC market was maturing, and smartphones and cloud computing were rising. And leadership believed HP needed to evolve fast. Under CEO Leo Apotheker, the vision was clear. HP had to become a serious software player. And so in August 2011, HP made one of the most aggressive moves in its history. It announced that it would acquire a British software company, Autonomy Corporation, for roughly $11 billion. Autonomy Corporation specializes in enterprise search and data analytics software. It claimed to use advanced algorithms to help companies analyze massive amounts of unstructured data, emails, documents, videos. At the time, big data was becoming a buzzword, and cloud computing was accelerating. Analytics felt like the next gold rush. The pitch made sense. HP would shift from low-margin hardware to high-margin software. As such, it would compete more directly with companies like IBM. Strategically, this was supposed to be a transformation. Instead, it became a disaster. Just 1 year later, in 2012, HP stunned the market. The company announced an $8.8 billion write-down related to the Autonomy acquisition. In simple terms, HP admitted that a huge portion of the $11 billion it spent was no longer justifiable. And it didn't stop there. HP later alleged that Autonomy Corporation had engaged in accounting improprieties before the acquisition, essentially inflating its financial performance. As a result, investigations were launched in both the United States and the United Kingdom, and the dispute quickly escalated into lengthy legal battles between the companies and their executives. But from an investor's perspective, one thing was crystal clear. HP had failed spectacularly at due diligence, and markets do not forgive uncertainty. HP stock dropped sharply following the announcement. Billions in market value evaporated. HP didn't just lose money, it lost focus. Instead of innovating, management spent years dealing with legal disputes, public relations damage, and internal restructuring. Energy that could have gone toward building the future was redirected toward cleaning up the past. And the timing couldn't have been worse. Smartphone is becoming the primary computing platform for billions of people, and the companies that understood that shifted quickly. Apple shifted its focus to the iPhone. Samsung doubled down on Android devices. Google scaled its mobile operating system globally. And HP? It was still thinking like a PC company. To be fair, they did try. In 2010, HP acquired Palm Inc. for about $1.2 billion. Palm had brand recognition, and more importantly, it had an operating system called WebOS, which many tech reviewers actually praised at the time for its design and multitasking capabilities. On paper, this could have been HP's moment because they had hardware expertise, enterprise relationships, and global distribution. If executed well, HP could have built a serious mobile platform, but the execution failed. Instead of committing long-term to WebOS and building an ecosystem around it, HP moved hesitantly. They launched a few devices, including the touchpad tablet, but sales were weak. Marketing was inconsistent, developer support was limited. And then, almost as quickly as they entered the market, they exited. In 2011, HP announced it would discontinue WebOS hardware, just like that. And this wasn't just about abandoning a product, it signaled something much deeper. HP didn't fully understand platform strategy. As such, they approached it like a product experiment. Meanwhile, Apple approached it like a generational platform that requires patience. HP at this stage didn't have strategic patience. The company was already dealing with leadership turnover, integration issues, and the autonomy fallout. Mobile required bold, unified execution. Instead, HP treated it like a side project. And while HP hesitated, competitors accelerated. Smartphones began replacing point-and-shoot cameras, MP3 players, and GPS devices, even to some extent PCs. The center of computing shifted permanently, and HP was not at the center of that shift. This matters more than it seems, because missing mobile didn't just cost HP revenue, it cost them relevance. By 2014, HP was exhausted. That was when CEO Meg Whitman made a radical decision. In November 2015, the original Hewlett-Packard officially separated into HP Inc. and HP Enterprise. On paper, the logic was clear. HP Inc. would focus on personal computers, printers, and consumer hardware. HP Enterprise would focus on servers, enterprise networking, cloud infrastructure, and corporate IT services. To be fair, the split did bring operational improvements. HP Enterprise streamlined its operations, and HP Inc. reduced costs and stabilized profitability. Both companies became more disciplined and focused. However, neither regained the industry leadership or cultural dominance that the original HP once had. After the 2015 split, HP Inc. has remained one of the largest PC manufacturers in the world. In multiple quarters over the past decade, it has either led or closely trailed global PC shipment rankings alongside Lenovo and Dell Technologies. On the surface, that sounds impressive. Top 3 globally, millions of units shipped, strong global brand recognition, but shipment leadership does not automatically mean strategic dominance. The global PC market itself has changed. The industry peaked in the early 2010s, then smartphones exploded. And now, cloud-based applications reduced the need for high-powered local machines for many users. The total addressable market matured, the growth has flattened, and in some years it declined. So even when HP maintained its percentage of market share, it was competing inside a market that was no longer expanding the way it once did. Despite all the ups and downs, HP Inc. is still a multi-billion-dollar company. It ships tens of millions of PCs every year. It did not go bankrupt, it did not disappear, it did not become completely irrelevant. What HP experienced may not be a collapse, it may be a transition. There's a difference between losing dominance and losing existence. HP clearly lost its position as a defining force in the broader tech narrative, but it did not lose viability. That distinction is important. HP dominated earlier eras of computing, including instrumentation, enterprise systems, and early personal computers. Over time, it moved from shaping the industry's direction to maintaining a strong position within it. HP failed to ride with the mobile market and cloud, but failing to ride a new wave is not the same as disappearing. HP declined in narrative dominance, but it survived. HP may no longer define the future of technology, but it still occupies a large and defensible position in global hardware markets. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more.